So what's good, TMG fam? It's your boy Ellen. I'm back with another reaction. How y'all feel? Welcome back to the channel. Salute. So, next video. It's the top 10 scary anonymous hacks. Now, the last video, it warmed my heart, man, to know that we all on the same page. You know what I'm saying, man? It'd be kind of iffy. Sometimes you don't know if everybody gonna feel the same way as you do. But y'all did, man. Especially after that story about that girl, that incident there. But the one comment that I appreciated, y'all called them, y'all was like, anonymous is like the modern day Robin Hood. And I was like, you know what? Y'all right. Y'all exactly right. You know what I mean? So with that being said, we're going to get into this video. So if you're new, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, join the family, and hit that like button for more content. Let's check it out.
Now, if you're unaware, Anonymous is an international hacktivist movement that has launched many cyber attacks against several governments, their agencies, and their institutes. The most recognizable feature of Anonymous is the fact that all the members wear Guy Fawkes masks, like the style donned in V for Vendetta. The group originated in 2003 and act as a decentralized community working towards anti-cyber surveillance and censorship. What is up, you guys? Hope you're having an awesome day. I'm your host, Eamon Hassan, and welcome back to another video. I personally love everything they stand for. I think it's a very cool concept and I like how they're going about their goal. Today we are cracking down on the top 10 scary anonymous hacks. I feel like Mr. Robot right now. Minus the coke. Starting us off at number 10 is HPGary Bar Part 1, February 2011. This is known as perhaps the group's strongest attack to date. For some backstory, HPGary Bar is a subsidiary of Mantech International, a company that does technology security. In 2010, the CEO, Aaron Barr, claimed he could exploit social media for information on the hackers. Then in 2011, he claimed he had infiltrated Anonymous and that he was going to reveal the identities of Anonymous members and sell it to the FBI. That did not go.
How many of y'all sitting there right now saying, bad move, bad move? If you gonna come at Anonymous, you better be ready, bro. You better come with everything.
To reveal the identities of Anonymous members and sell it to the FBI. That did not go down well with our masked hacktivists, and so they compromised the HPGary website and replaced their homepage with a letter which included this: "You brought this upon yourself. You tried to bite at the anonymous hand, and now the anonymous hand is slapping you in the face." I love that. Sassy. Now, the group also publicly posted over 68,000 private documents and emails, and as the cherry on top, they also took over Aaron's Twitter account. Oh, but wait, it gets juicier. Coming in at number 9 is HPGary.
See, that's what I'm saying, bro. You can't just come at them or make just some little small threats at them, bro. You know who Anonymous is? We don't know who they are, but you know what I mean, figuratively. Bro, you needed to come at them a lot better than that, fam. That little threat, it didn't go well or end well for you, did it?
Twitter account. Oh, but wait, it gets juicier. Coming in at number 9 is HPGary Bar Part 2. Upon reading those documents, the group uncovered the fact that HPGary Federal was hired by Bank of America to respond to WikiLeaks' plan to release the bank's internal documents. It was also found out that the US Chamber of Commerce had hired the firm to discredit and spy on liberal groups and unions. The evil really runs deep with this one. Anonymous's attack thoroughly damaged the company's PR, and several other businesses decided to distance themselves from HPGary and HPGary Federal. HPGary Inc., another subsidiary of the company, actually worked with Anonymous, and President Penny Levy distanced the company from HPGary Federal and confirmed that they were very much separate. Like, please don't attack our websites. The Chamber of Commerce—
How you gonna come at them and you got skeletons in your closet? And then not even knowing that one of your own? Bro, this wasn't thought out too well. This plan was obviously not thought out too well.
HPGary and HPGary Federal. HPGary Inc., another subsidiary of the company, actually worked with Anonymous, and President Penny Levy distanced the company from HPGary Federal and confirmed that they were very much separate. Like, please don't attack our websites. The Chamber of Commerce completely denied hiring the firm. Palantir and Berico both severed all ties from the company, and then Aaron Barr actually resigned. Anonymous 1, World 0. At At number 8 we have Project Chanology. So this protest movement was solely targeting the Church of Scientology. Now I've done my fair share of research on the church and it is beyond corrupt. It's a money-making pyramid scheme that brainwashes you into believing an ideology taken from sci-fi novels. The war between the two groups started in 2008 when the church tried to remove a Tom Cruise interview from the web. It was honestly an embarrassment. He was saying shit like Scientologists are the only people that can help addicts off their drugs and the only people that can help you after a car accident. I mean, ever heard of an EMT, Tom Cruise? Didn't think so. The project began with Anonymous launching denial of service attacks, meaning taking down the church's websites, making them unavailable, and flooding the call centers with utter bullshit. On the 21st of January 2008, Anonymous posted a video entitled A Message to Scientology, and it was essentially a declaration of war. They said the attacks would continue as they were trying to protect free speech and end the church's financial exploitation of its members. The church replied by making the group out to be terrorists and claiming that they were led by the Communist Manifesto and Mein Kampf, which is completely false. The project lasted till about November 2009. Sadly, the church is still going. Filling at number 7 start is Operation Payback, September 2010. It all started when a bunch of Bollywood companies hired third-party Apex software to launch denial of service attacks on sites that hadn't listened to their copyright infringement notices. In retaliation to that attack, Operation Payback was launched with the aim being to take down Apex software directly, but hours before the attack, another individual had already taken them down single-handedly, which I mean, props, dude. They then changed the operation by deciding to attack other big anti-copyright infringement organizations like the Motion Picture Association of America, Ministry of Sound, BMI, the Recording Industry Association of America, and they also went after law firms that prosecuted copyright infringement like ACS Law. Another example is when the Association of Audiovisual Commerce of Portugal filed a major complaint against Pirate Bay since the site is responsible for 15 million illegal downloads in Portugal annually. Either way, the complaint went through the Ministry of Culture, and the plan was to install Pirate Bay blocks on all ISPs. In response, Anonymous defaced the hell out of ACAPOR's website and redirected the site to Pirate Bay, which is actually kind of funny. They also exposed a bunch of the company's emails, revealing their dissatisfaction with the Portuguese government and justice system.
Yo, I used to think like 50 Cent was like the pettiest person I knew. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know him personally, but I'm just saying, figuratively, he's like the pettiest person. I got a new like Anonymous? Oh my God. Hey, bro. Man, do not make them mad. Don't. And I don't know why people keep making them mad or even trying to come at them.
Of the company's emails revealing their dissatisfaction with the Portuguese government and justice system. Tea spilled. Now at number 6 is Operation Avenge Assange. I really wanted to put this one at number 10, but it happened during Operation Payback, so I felt it was only fitting I told you guys about it after I told you about Operation Payback, you know, chronologically. So in December of 2010, our holy grail WikiLeaks was under a lot of pressure to stop posting secret US diplomatic cables. Powerhouses like PayPal, MasterCard, Amazon, Visa, Bank America, and more froze their customers' donation to the website or stopped working with those customers altogether. Anonymous was like, absolutely not, and redirected their Operation Payback activities to those aforementioned companies. They brought down the Visa and MasterCard websites. The next day, they launched denial of service attacks on PayPal, which made them release the Val Holland Foundation's frozen funds that were for WikiLeaks. Also, side note, the reason it was called Operation Avenge Assange is because the person who founded WikiLeaks is called Julian Assange, you know, just letting you know some background story. Now later that month, Anonymous went further and threatened to disrupt British government websites if they tried to extradite Julian to Sweden. The attacks continued till 2011 when Anonymous took down Zimbabwean government websites after the president's wife sued some newspapers for 15 million. She was suing them because they published a WikiLeaks cable that undoubtedly linked her with trading blood diamonds. Oh girl, you in trouble. Coming in at number 5 is Op Israel. This giant cyber attack was launched by anti-Israel individuals and anonymous affiliated groups against websites they perceived as Israeli. Most of the attacks consisted of denial of service attacks that coincided with Holocaust Remembrance Day. The goal of the operation was to try and erase Israel from the internet, but despite their best efforts, a lot of the attacks were repelled and no critical damage was done. But the hacktivists did make a bunch of Facebook pages and websites featuring false claims like they had made Israel lose $5 billion. Israel hackers retaliated by taking down the Op Israel website and replacing it with the Israeli national anthem and facts about the country. I feel like Israel is a very touchy topic to talk about because of the whole Israel-Palestine thing. You guys know I was born and raised in the Middle East. Obviously, I will be very biased with the situation. You guys know where my thoughts are, where my stand is. I'm not gonna say nothing, but you guys already know what I'm saying, you know what I mean? At number 4 is Op Paris. Following the tragic terrorist attacks in Paris back in November 2015, Anonymous went public with their huge operation against ISIS. Their announcement included this: Anonymous from all over the world will hunt you down. You should know that we will find you and we will not let you go. ISIS responded to them like, oh, what are you gonna do, hack us to death? I mean, this is really a case of web terrorists going after real terrorists if you think about it. The next day, Anonymous had taken down nearly 4,000 pro-ISIS Twitter accounts and the numbers just kept increasing. The group also started publicizing ISIS recruiters, which I mean, we love the expose, don't we? Haha, we do. The number of deleted accounts rose to 20,000, but according to BBC, the list was largely inaccurate as a lot of the accounts were still active. I want to defend you on this one, Anonymous, I just don't know where you stand. Filling at number 3 saw is Operation Tunisia. The Tunisian revolution occurred back in 2011 and its aim was to overthrow longtime President Zine al Abidine Ben Ali. The revolution consisted of an intense 28 days of civil campaigning and protesting, and it came about because of food inflation, high unemployment, lack of freedom of speech, and poor standard of living. A WikiLeaks wire further
Does that sound familiar to y'all? Who else experiencing that right now? Just listen at her run down the list again.
Longtime President Zine al Abidine Ben Ali. The revolution consisted of an intense 28 days of civil campaigning and protesting, and it came about because of food inflation, high unemployment, lack of freedom of speech, and poor standard of living. A WikiLeaks wire further exposed the corruption in the Tunisian government, and so Anonymous stepped in and enlisted the help of a bunch of Tunisian hackers to help take down several government websites. They were also horrified at the outrageous level of censorship and government surveillance in the country. For context, Tunisia ranked 164 out of 178 countries in terms of press freedom index. That is very bloody high, you guys.
Yeah.
Not a lot of freedom going on there. The group took down the Tunisian stock exchange website. They provided care packages including Tor and a grease monkey script so the government could no longer surveil their civilians. They also helped spread word about the protests and even posted a YouTube video declaring their intentions.
When you hit that stock market, if don't nothing else get their attention, that's gonna get their attention, bro. I mean, they playing with fire at that point. You know what I mean? That's why I said they smart. And when they come at you, they already know what they want to do.
A lot of freedom going on there. The group took down the Tunisian stock exchange website. They provided care packages including Tor and a grease monkey script so the government could no longer surveil their civilians. They also helped spread word about the protests and even posted a YouTube video declaring their intentions. A big hacker in this operation was Slim Amamu, who is actually a Tunisian blogger, and he helped Anonymous anonymize Tor and even got arrested because of it. But everything worked out in the end since he was released and Ben Ali fled on the 14th of January. Now at number 2 is Operation Ferguson. If you guys don't remember, back in August of 2014, 18-year-old Michael Brown Jr., an unarmed black man, was shot and killed by a police officer in Ferguson, Missouri. Wow, 6 years later and nothing's changed. Something's gotta give, people. Something. Operation Ferguson was its own hacktivist group associated with Anonymous that launched a bunch of cyber protests against the police. The group said if any protesters were harmed or harassed, they would personally take down all the city's servers. City official email systems were taken down and the internet stopped working as City Hall. They then released a bunch of private information about St. Louis County Police Chief John Belmer because he refused to disclose the police officer's name and he claimed Anonymous's threats were just hollow. Their Twitter account then released John's address.
They gonna learn to stop thinking that their threats are empty threats, man. I don't even think they be believing that. I think they just put that out there to try to save face or show or act tough or poke their chest out like they ain't shivering behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no way. With Anonymous history by now, they're not something to either play. They're not to be played with, bro. They're to be taken very, very seriously at this point. Their track record is too extensive. So to hear somebody come out and say that, oh, these are empty threats, man, okay. You think that if you want to.
the internet stopped working as City Hall. They then released a bunch of private information about St. Louis County Police Chief John Belmer because he refused to disclose the police officer's name, and he claimed Anonymous' threats were just hollow. Their Twitter account then released John's address, family members and their social media accounts, his phone number and more. The group then started working on confirming the undisclosed police officer who shot Michael and promised to release that information as soon as they found it. Later that month, the group tweeted out the name of the police officer, which police later identified as incorrect. And finally, at number...
And then you put your family at jeopardy. Like, you know what I mean? When they be doing these things, they don't be thinking about it. They just think about themselves. No, fam. When they come at you, they gonna come at you, those around you, everybody. So, yeah, you can't be doing that. You gotta protect the people around you, bro. Do the right thing, give them what they want.
The name of the police officer, which police later identified as incorrect. And finally, at number 1 is Operation KKK. Following all the Ferguson riots that took place, in November of 2014, Anonymous declared cyber war on the Ku Klux Klan since they had made several death threats. Anonymous hacked any server hosting KKK sites, their Twitter account, and also promised to release identities and personal details of the Klan's members. The fact that the KKK was still a thing back then, and even now in 2020, is bloody insane to me. Anonymous' war was further fueled when 12-year-old Tamir Rice was shot to death in Cleveland on the 24th of that month. The boy was holding just a BB gun and was black, and I guess that was his biggest crime, right? Can you sense the sarcasm? Yes. In October of the following year, they said this in a press release about the KKK. You are terrorists that hide your identities beneath sheets and infiltrate society on every level. The privacy of the Ku Klux Klan no longer exists in cyberspace. Go get 'em! Yes! A few days later, they posted a list of 23 email addresses and 57 phone numbers of KKK members, and 3 days after that, they revealed the names of up to 1,000 members of the Klan and their affiliated groups. Killing it, props to you. And that is it for today's video, guys. Honestly, as much as they are like an online vigilante group, I really stan them. I feel like a lot of their values coincide with mine. I would love to be part of them if I knew anything about hacking or coding. Please hire me. I'll do that.
So that was the end of the video, but to know that it's that many members of that organization, I don't even like saying it, that's still around, and she just said 1,000, but I know it's probably more than that when you think about probably in this country. Man, that's scary, bro. That big of a hate group. Why? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's a topic for another discussion at a later date, at a better time. You know what I mean? But it just still ticks me off to know that type of hate group is out there, you know? But shout outs to Anonymous though, man. Just to know that somebody's out there willing to go to the bat for the people who can't do it for themselves. You know what I'm saying? To stand up for the little guy. I think that's the way the expression goes. Stand up for the little guy and make people do what's right. Because if nobody holds their feet to the fire, we know they ain't gonna do the right thing. Especially some of these people in office, man. And what can we do? We could try to come together, but we can't come together because we're always bickering with each other. So, again, I'm off on a tangent, I know, but so how would we expect? So if it wasn't for Anonymous stepping in, man, where would we be with some of these issues and different things that needs to be resolved, you know? So shout outs to Anonymous, man. I'm a super fan. Like y'all said, the new Robin Hood in the game. That's what they are, bro. And I hope they continue, and I hope they continue to do as much as possible for the people that can't do for themselves. Y'all get at me in the comment section, man, and let me know what you thought of this video. And stick around and stay tuned, man. Till next one, I'm gone. Peace.